Today is our first day on the Camino. Yay! We've been walking how long now, Rob? Quite a few hours. We've done all the hard parts. We did the big hills before Orison and the big hills after Orison. Now we're on kind of the general upslope that goes all the way. Anyways, yesterday we arrived in St. Jean PDP, and it was a fantastic day. We came in on a train from Paris. We stayed in a hostel called Chambres Zazpiak. I just fell in a ditch, don't worry about that. And we got that on bookings.com for about 89 euros. It was a really nice place. We wanted a place to start that we'd feel comfortable in and have our own space. And we had our own bathroom, and it was very neat and clean. They had a good community kitchen that we could use. It was a really nice place. We were really happy we started our Camino there. Comfortable beds too. For meals, we basically did, I'm huffing and puffing here. We basically did all grocery store food, which is a good tip for St. Jean Pied-de-Port. There are grocery stores. There are places you can buy cheap sandwiches for about $5 to $7. So you can do cheaper meals if you want to, but there's also some great restaurants all throughout town where you can get food. Our goal today, we are hiking to Roncesvalles. It's a big hike. People have told us, you always read about how it is, the first leg is really difficult, and it is, but we're getting through, and hundreds of other people are getting through, so I think you'll be okay. Well, let's see, I'm gonna pass this over to Rob, so Buen Camino.
So if you're anything like us, you probably have a lot of questions about what you can do in St. Jean Pied-de-Port. We definitely asked a lot of questions before we got there. And the answer is it's a lot easier than you probably think it's going to be. I mean, from everything that you hear about it, it's like this quaint little adorable small town. And it is that, but it's bigger than you think. And it really has everything you're going to need. So we went in, we checked in at the pilgrim office. Because we took that night train from Paris, we went to Bayonne, we got on a commuter train. We got into town about 10 o'clock in the morning. And we just walked right over to the pilgrim office. There was hardly a line. It was mostly just the people from our train. So it was really easy to check in. Everybody there was super nice, and it's just very exciting. It's such this watershed moment. Like really, it's like, wow, I'm really doing this. So it's kind of fun. But then just around town, I think David talked about, there's the grocery stores. We ate out of the grocery stores because I really wanted to get a salad. I've heard very mixed reports of what kind of vegetables we're going to be able to have access to on this trip. So I wanted to get a salad. So we did that, but there's lots of food options. If you're worried about gear, don't be. You can get everything that you need in St. Jean Pied-de-Port. Right across from the pilgrim's office is a gear shop. We saw a couple of other ones just walking around. One of the things that I hear a lot of people ask about is trekking poles, because they can be challenging to take on airplanes. Sometimes people get them on the airplane and do okay, but a lot of times I've heard lots of stories of people trying to put them in their carry-on bags and they get taken by TSA. Unless you have like your favorite pair that are made of cork and super expensive and nice and fancy, and you want to have your own pair, I would say don't worry about it. We were able to pick up a pair here for $20, 10 euros a piece. Just very basic poles. They did have nicer poles than that. There were some I saw for 40 for the pair. We're not super picky about them. In fact, that's something we're gonna have to talk about because we don't usually use poles, but we're trying them out on this trail since there are some downhill parts that I think it'll be good for my knee. But you can get them there. They had everything, buffs and water bottles and hats and shoes and sandals and everything you need, you can get there. So if you forget something or leave it behind, you're gonna be able to pick it up. Don't worry about it. If you want to send things ahead, so because we travel with, we have all of our stuff, we're long-term travelers, right? And we didn't want to take everything we own on the Camino with us. So there is a service that's called Express Burricat Their office is right next to the pilgrim office. We just took our luggage that we wanted to go get sent ahead. We took it to the office. It was 70 euros per bag. They keep it, and then at some point in the next couple of weeks, they send it all the way up to Santiago de Compostela. It gets held there at a hostel. They will keep it there for as long as it takes you to finish your Camino. They also give you like a 15% discount if you decide to stay at that hostel. But very easy. There are also people who, you know, for whatever reason, if you want to send your bag ahead each day, so you just don't have to carry your pack while you walk, you can do that. I've seen anywhere from like 6 to 8 euros, but we just sent our other bags all the way through. So that's going to work out really well for us, I think. Most of all, just if you've got any spare time, I wish we had had an extra day in our schedule that we could have stayed in St. Jean Pied de Port a day or two. It is beautiful. Yeah. It is just super lovely.
And we met a ton of great people there. I'd like to make a shout out to Peter and Rita, who are both fantastic people to talk to along our way.
Yes, there are good people everywhere. Everyone's super friendly. Everyone is in this to, you know, have a little bit of a community experience. So you're gonna have a great time. We're super excited. And we're getting ready to get into Roncesvalles now. So we'll see how the rest of today goes. We've got about I think we have 9.5 kilometers left to go, so wish us luck, but we will see you tomorrow. Buen Camino.
Today and not tomorrow.